Okay, so what you are looking at is the prototype for a Pog. However, it's not as big as I think a Pog is. I don't have any Pogs to reference, but this is about the level of thickness that I could get with putting two cardstocks together. And I used sticker material for this to make it pop out like the way that it did. Um, Back, of course, will be blank, just like Pogs are supposed to be. In comparison, the only closest I can get to a Pog is a Pokemon coin, and this is the level of thickness a Pokemon coin has. But when I was reading, the Slammers, which are the ones that were the heavier ones in Pogs, they were about this thick from what I recall, because when you're playing Pogs, you're supposed to be slamming them onto the rest of the Pogs, and they're supposed to like flip over and stuff. But this, like I said, is not bad, I would say. Um, Came up pretty nice, pretty durable. Like I said, it goes between the fingers here. Um, as compared to this, it's only like maybe like a millimeter bigger. Like this right now is about 1.3 inches, and this is about 1.4 to 1.45 inches. So, not that much of a difference when it comes to pod creation. But this is what I have. This is basically the finished product. I messed up on the cutting here a little bit, but not really even noticeable. Because even when Pogs came out, you always had Pogs that were a little misshapen here, right? Especially the more slamming that you do. I did make an alternative, which was this one. This one I used a film, transparency film, so it did come out looking a little bit nicer, but I had to glue it in place so that way it can stay in there because it's not a sticker. And it makes it a little heavier. Like putting the film on top of this did give it a little extra like thickness to it when I put it on there, but I don't know. Like you can actually see some of the glue on there if you really look close on it. You can kind of see it, but from here when I'm recording, you can't really see it that much. But it did come up pretty nice, and it does give a nice feel as well to it. Unlike this one, it's just like paper material combined with plastic. But this one feels like an actual Pog. Like when you rub against it, it's got that like laminating type material on it. But this material does cost more than, of course, the sticker one. These ones are a lot more expensive. So if you want something that looks really nice, then probably the film type material is going to work for the Pogs. Otherwise, you'll have these plain ones that, like I said, the sticker material feels more like glossy paper than anything else. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Want to go for the cheaper route and go for just a sticker film? Or a little more pricey, and you're going to get yourself a nice looking... Like I said, right now you can even see a little bit right there. But this feels more Pog, if you remember Pogs in the past anyways. It's got that more Pog feel because it's got a film on top of it. And you can even see the kind of shininess that kind of comes off of it. But like I said, it is a little more pricier, but they stack up pretty nice. Like I said, these are just ones that are just the regular things that I have. Put them on top. And like I said, when you get yourself a slammer, which I sort of made one, by putting 4 cardstocks together. And like I said, the way that Pogs is supposed to be played is you stack them all up that you have. I think it's like 50 or 60 of them or something like that, and you're supposed to like slam them on top. Whoops. And you're supposed to kind of aim for like the edges so that when you throw it, it's supposed to kind of like smack it, then it's supposed to flip and go like that, right? And whoever gets all the ones that are upside down usually win their Pogs. But like I said, I haven't played Pogs in a long time. So I remember the slammers were actually a lot more harder. So I might have to work a little more on this one, and it might have to be a little more harder, like a Pokemon coin instead. Yeah, you see that I actually moved it. Um, so the slammers are going to be a work in progress, but the Pogs themselves, like the thickness, honestly does not matter too much. But of course, the thicker they are, then the easier they're going to be able to be slammed a little more. But that's what I got.